welcome back to my channel, and I am continuing on the Crafty Christmas or Christmas Crafty collab. Crafty Christmas collab? I'm not sure how it's said, but I'll leave a link below. So I am using this Holiday Traditions paper pad from Recollections, and it's something that I've had in my stash for ages, and I decided to do another mini album. So I will take you through that, and then we'll go see what we have left in our paper pad after that. Alright, so here is my little mini album. It's a card and envelope album, and it's bound with from my cinch, and I've just put ribbons all around the edge that kind of coordinated with the paper. And so I've also done kind of a decorative feature here just to make it a little bit sturdier. So I started off using this piece that I just love that from the paper, and it was my last one, so I don't have this one anymore. Kind of makes me sad, but that's okay. So basically this album is made out of envelopes and the cards that went with the envelopes, and I was using the Kaisercraft card and envelopes that comes with 6 cards and envelopes. And I'll just grab the package here. So it is just this, and it's a gold. It was the gold pack. And I've had this in my stash forever too, because I was doing card and envelope minis. I have another Christmas album that is done in 2 parts. Kind of at the beginning of my channel, I did a card and envelope mini album. It was also a Christmas one, but it was a different style. So this one I wanted to do because I haven't done this one in a while, and I kind of did one previously, and that's kind of my inspiration for this. Is the first one I did, except this one has fallen apart because the envelopes were not strong enough to withstand all the turning. So that's why I've reinforced it with some cardstock and then punched the holes. So yeah, this one I have to go back and I have to reinforce all the clippings because it kind of fell apart. And this is something that you realize once you've made albums and stuff like that. It's kind of a like, okay, what works, what doesn't. So that was a learning experience for me. And yeah, we will go and fix that one, and then maybe I'll show that at a later date. But anyways, this is the Christmas album, and each page is an envelope, and then inside is the card, and each card I just covered with pattern paper inside and out, so you can like put photos, journaling, whatever. So the whole card is covered in paper, and that's about the extent that I've done with that for decorations and stuff. So anyways, let's get into it. So the first page, we have this nice little pocket, and then we have some tags in here. So I have this little teddy bear that I cut out from the pattern paper, and it's just blank on the back, so you can put your photo or you can journal on there if you want. And then we've got the 3 photo spots here inside, and you can also put photos on the back as well. And yeah, I've punched out a border strip, folded it in half, and that is my binding, so it makes it a lot sturdier. So hopefully this will stand the test of time, and as you turn pages and stuff like that, it will keep its structure. And then on this page is a little flip page. So we've got this little trifold, so you can put your photos, journaling, whatever. This has kind of a grid, so you could definitely do your journaling there, or you just add like small photos. And these albums do require small photos, so keep that in mind when if you're gonna make this album, and when you go to print your photos. Sometimes wallet size works best for these small albums. I think this is like a 4.5 by 6.25 album, so it's not very big. And then of course we have another card with the pattern paper stuck in it. And I thought I was using a lot of paper, but I still have a ton left out of this paper pad. So I'm going to have to be very, very busy trying to use up. I know in the challenge you don't have to use up the paper pad, but that's kind of my goal because I have so many paper pads and I need to go through them. I need to use them up. So it's my challenge to myself to use up the whole thing during this 1 month challenge. So, but that's not the case for everybody. It was just that you made 4 items out of the paper pack so that you're using it. So it's not just sitting in your stash not being used and stuff like that. So the next page we just have a little area where you can tuck photos in, and I did discover that these are K & Company. They weren't, I was using them in the other album. They're K & Company. They came with the epoxy stickers that I had from the last one. They didn't come with it, but they were kind of, I bought them all at the same time as the paper pad because they coordinated well. So they had a whole bunch of K & Company embellishments that I just bought a whole bunch, and that's what these are. So, not Bo Bunny. Okay, so then we have our photo mat, which you can put photo journaling on there, and another one. And I just put a little journaling spot. So I just printed these out on my computer, just stripes, whatever, just to give a place to journal. And then on this page we have another little tuck away here, and then this is one of the cut aparts that's in the album, or in the paper pad, and I just cut that out. It's a little bit long, but it still works. And then just a black photo mat as well. So I just tuck that in here, like so. And then of course we just have, I was trying to coordinate what was peeking out of this little edge, and this is just a Spellbinders die that I just used the edge of. I don't know if you can quite see that. So it's one of the fancy labels that they have. So so then I just used the green paper and this paper, and then the polka dot on the back. And it's kind of silly because as I'm using this paper, I had a hard time cutting into fresh paper because I had a whole bunch of scraps from the last album, and I kind of wanted to use those. I didn't want to cut into the next paper, but as I went along and realized I didn't have enough to complete this one, I did cut into the paper, which is the point. It's the point, and it's funny how it's still hard to cut the pretty paper, but that's funny. Anyways, and then we have this, which is part of the paper that I just cut out the Santa part and Christmas gifts on there, and I thought that made a really nice page. And then on this side we just have a belly band that just a photo mat fits under. And then we have our next one using the paper. It's a good way to showcase some of this very beautiful paper. So I really liked the edge of this one, and I think it might have, no, it wasn't part of this one, but it was part of another Santa part that just has this really beautiful lace edge on it. And then the next page we have another flip page. So I just used some of the cut aparts as my medallion here, or my closure. So there's a magnet under here. And then I just used some more of my journaling paper that I had printed off my computer, and then more of the pattern paper, and this beautiful plaid. And then this one, I just used one of the cut aparts as a little place to tuck. And then more of the journaling paper on the back. So this one has lots of places to write. And then I used another one of the Santa images. This is where that other paper came from, with the lace. So we just have the Santa there, and then of course more of the pattern paper, and then the green dot, or diamonds, or whatever, for that one. And then the last pages we have another flip which also has a magnet in it, and I just used some of the paper. This was a very nice element to one of the papers, so I wanted to include that. And then of course this is the other side of our front where it comes here, the part that I cut off. I still wanted to use that because it's so pretty. there we have that one. And then this one is just another tuck away spot for our photo mat. And then the last card is these papers, and then of course this one that had the nice gold edge I used here. So that just tucks in there, and then of course the back. So that is the album I made for our second week of the challenge. So please check out the links down below to check out all the other participants in this collab. And check out Beth's channel, as she has a lot of great ideas for using up your paper pads and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next week as we tackle more of this paper pad. So thanks for watching. Bye.